Hey, what's up, guys? SleepyJ here, pregame.com, joined by Uncle Dave Essler. We're going to go ahead. We're going to give out two NFL player props today, both of them involving quarterbacks. Uncle Dave, you're first up here. You got a player prop you like in the NFL. What do you got?
I don't like it, Sleepy. I love it. Um, Trevor Lawrence over 4,000.5 passing yards. There's a lot going on here, and not the least of which is that with all the trials and tribulations that he and the Jags went through last year, I mean, not just the Urban Meyer thing, but the injuries and whatnot, he still threw for a little over 3,600 yards. So he starts this season. He should have Travis Etienne, his old Clemson teammate in the backfield, which does a couple of things. I think first it has to improve their dismal running game, which obviously helps the passing game. And last year they started with James Robinson, who didn't even finish the season. And their second leading rusher last year was Trevor Lawrence. And at Clemson, in the senior year, Etienne caught 48 passes out of the backfield. That's about as many as the entire Jags backfield caught last year. I look at their tight end. Last year it was pretty much blocking and pretty much by committee. James O'Shaughnessy and Chris Manhertz. So what do? Well, they go out and sign Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram is not a great blocker, but he can stretch the field. And on the outside, Marvin Jones comes back. 73 passes last year, literally with no help. Treadwell and Chenault, the other two starting receivers from last year, they're still with Jacksonville, but they signed Christian Kirk, and they also signed Zay Jones out of the Raiders. So both of them have been relegated to number two on the depth chart. And I think that Zay Jones will be a bit of a surprise. He got 56 passes with Buffalo one year before they brought in Stephon Diggs. So, I think with all that said, the Jags will be better this season, and their win total does reflect that. And they've also got the Hall of Fame game, which gives them 4 preseason games, and I think, especially in their case, that's huge. That I do think that is a huge deal. But even with that said, they'll still be playing from behind quite a bit. And Lawrence, barring injury, we're only asking him to throw for roughly 11% more than he did last year. I think that's a layup. So I bet him over 4,000.5 yards passing.
All right, so Uncle Dave going to go ahead. He's going to take a quarterback prop. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take Baker Mayfield over 3,800 yards passing for the Carolina Panthers. Look, Mayfield comes from a Cleveland Brown offense that was all about running. Now he's going to a Carolina offense that I believe is going to be all about passing. Christian McCaffrey will be healthy. He's more of a pass catcher. I don't believe they're going to look to overrun him this year. He's had injury concerns in the back, injuries, games that he's missed because of injury. And I believe he has a good wide receiver core with DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrence Marshall, solid tight end, and you have McCaffrey out of the backfield. I don't see how Baker Mayfield doesn't go over this number. I believe the fact that Mayfield, I don't want to say has struggled, but that offense didn't exactly put up gaudy numbers in the passing attack, that's actually lowered his number here. I actually have him projected right around 4,200 passing yards, which, is about 400 yards over most normal player props that you can find out there on the market. So I'm playing Baker Mayfield over to 3,800. I think he steps in here. I think he's comfortable. And I think he knows that this is a prove-it year for him. He's going to do everything he can, to go ahead and get this Panthers team maybe into the playoffs. They are a dark horse team of mine. I think they actually have a good chance to make the playoffs because this offense is pretty potent. And the offensive line's not all that bad. So Uncle Dave and I are going to go ahead and take two player props. You got what we got there. Make sure you guys keep following us right here at pregame.com. We'll give you guys some more NFL free picks for this year.